Taking a moment to welcome yourself into this moment and into your body. So a great place for us to start this morning is to gently transition and come into this present moment. So our presence is where our body finds itself. So sometimes it's helpful to feel your feet on the floor. Allow your hands to be at rest in your lap, just noticing and having a gentle internal gaze. So often we are scanning and sensing and noticing outside of us. How do I need to respond? What do I need to do? And just for these moments, it's a chance to arrive in the present moment with yourself, in your body. So I'm going to feel my feet to help me do what I'm inviting each of us to do. And as I feel my feet, just make any adjustments and how I'm sitting, just so I'm comfortable. Just feel like I have some alignment. Noticing where my head is over my spine. Maybe even making some small motions with my head just to, those micro motions. Sometimes we hold our head frozen. It's just allowing a little bit of that motion of the chin just to go left or right or forward or back or in circles, just to let our head sit over our spine. I'm going to have my palms face up in my lap. And feeling my feet. I invite each of us just to allow the breath. You don't need to change it. You don't need to breathe deeply. You can just let yourself breathe in. And breathe out. Just noticing if it's possible to sit and just be still for a few moments. Just starting the meditation with presencing. And it's much easier to be present when we can allow our hearts to be just a little, hearts to be open, just a little gentle, tender, just any harshness, just letting that harshness fall away. Sometimes there's a real pressure we feel. Sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable to not have a task and to not be accomplishing something. Just practicing sitting. Hands are relaxed, not tense. Noticing any tension in your legs and just letting your legs actually, don't need to hold the knees together, for example, just letting the legs be at rest. Allowing any facial expression to just release and soften as you let the breath move in and move out. So we're preparing ourselves just to be present. This is where we learn, where we listen, where we grow. This happens in the present moment. Doesn't happen in the past. Doesn't happen in the future. So our ability to source solutions and feelings and intuitions and conclusions and strategies and everything that we need for ourselves, perspective. Seeing if we can source what we're needing in this moment. Not needing to think about things, just thinking about, can I come in to my body? Can I allow my breath? Noticing where you are today. Is there turbulence? Is there quiet? Do you feel numb? Or are you able to feel, or somewhere in between? Not just answering with your head, but actually just sensing answers. Sensing activity or rest. Feelings or a lack of feelings. And I invite each of you just to know that in these next minutes we have together, that this is an environment for learning and growth, and also for collaboration. And so what that means in this moment is you're part of a group, and seeing if you can feel how much easier it is just to slow down for a few minutes, just because we're together. So using that sense of community for your well-being. Even if you're listening to this after the fact, feeling connected, feeling remembered, and feeling safe. And I'd like to offer some, just give you some offerings this morning. This morning, I'd like to offer you encouragement. So important to feel that someone's caring about us and someone's encouraging and supporting. I'd like to offer you encouragement, community. I'd like to offer you a few minutes and moments, and this meeting is a place where you don't have to do anything. You don't have to remember anything. You don't have to perform. You don't have to complete tasks, where you can actually have some space. So offering you the gift of space. A little bit of downtime, a little bit of a break, and just noticing if it can really feel hard to sometimes shift into that. Do I have time for this? Should I be here? What am I doing? And to the extent possible, letting yourself rest, letting yourself be, just knowing that that is enough right now. You don't need to push or pull anything. Letting it all be there. And a final gift and offering in this centering meditation is that in our clinic, for our patients and our intention for our healthcare provider staff, our intention as a healing clinic is to see our patients as whole. So sometimes in medicine, we have a mindset, whether or not we're integrative professionals or conventionally trained. Sometimes our mindset is that we've got something to do, we've got something to do for others, and that there's a need and we're addressing it. And all of these things are true. And our intention is a shift at Philadelphia Integrative Medicine to see our patients as whole unto themselves, just where they are right now, meeting us with autoimmune conditions, GI conditions, a whole range of symptoms, thyroid issues, and everything that people bring. And that is how you are seen in this meditation. You are whole. You are in process, growing, changing, learning, A lot of messages from your body, a lot of messages from your heart, messages from all levels inside you. Areas that you might want to have different, areas where you might need help. And you are whole. Whole unto yourself. And how important it is for us to see ourselves and for us to see others as whole when we're having a relationship, whether or not it's employee, employer, patient, provider, colleague to colleague. Our ability to feel whole and see you as whole is really helping us to have incredibly creative relationships with our provider community. We do care when we want to understand your challenges. We want to understand who you are, and each of us is so unique. We want to take the time to get to know you, to respond, to be of service to what really matters to you personally, and also in your unfolding workplace, in your unfolding work, your unfolding service to others. We so appreciate that we know you and that we are together. Just noticing your body and your breath and seeing if you can still feel your feet on the floor, connecting with a physical presence with your body. Hands are relaxed wherever you'd like to place them. Just noticing if you're holding your breath or letting yourself breathe, and just taking a moment or two just to continue to let yourself be, let yourself rest, connecting with yourself, connecting with each other in a way that is actually authentic. Not requiring or needing anything in return. And as we get ready to complete our meditation, if you're listening to this later, everyone will get a copy of this meditation. If it also feels right to turn off the recording and then simply give yourself a little bit of space, a few more moments just to sit and to sense yourself. Sometimes it's right just to have a little bit more time for yourself. That can be in silence. It can be through journaling. And we'll take a few breaths, and then we'll get ready to formally complete our meditation today. Just breathing and sitting. And then if you're getting ready to transition and to complete meditation, I will often just stretch my body and take some cues. Often what I do is if I feel like I can raise my hands over my head, I'll often just spontaneously yawn, which is a really good reset for the nervous system. You know, our nervous system is listening to this dialogue all day long. So sometimes if the dialogue is, I'm okay, and I have a chance to take a break, that's that nervous system reset. It's profound. Making any adjustments in your body, doing what feels right, doing what feels good, moving. And we'll come back to our group. And I want to thank you for joining us today.